Welcome, everybody.
Yay!
And welcome, Lee, to the table for
Thanks for having me.
a single session. Hopefully more, maybe in the future. Likely not, but we'll see. Whatever you feel, whatever your heart desires.
Well, you brought my dice. Thank you.
Of course.
Nice. What happened last time, guys?
I didn't get a chance to watch the entire video.
I don't have my notes, so I can't help you.
We saved your family.
Yes.
Two winners.
We went to the
so
thrift
far.
shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't
Popping
sing
tags.
thrift shop the entire time we
Yeah.
were there.
It was tempting.
And then we went to the chicken tenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we rode some eagles, and now we're saving the world.
Currently riding eagles.
Oh yeah, we are currently riding
Yeah.
eagles.
Yeah. My giant coat is like dragging.
Behind, yeah. Aurora kissed Apoc.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, little peck on the cheek. Little
Yeah.
peck.
Elle doesn't give a shit. She's Apoc on that eagle, and that's all she's talking about.
For context, in case.
Are the eagles the druids?
So you, yes.
Okay.
The birds.
You are currently one of
Became
said
bigger
eagles.
birds.
Birds. Yeah, I was like, it is a weird thing to think about.
There are also non-sentient birds in this.
Okay.
Okay.
So people eat chicken.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
pretty
are
messed
not.
Yeah. That's
Chicken
fine.
tenders are two different things in this.
You
movie.
know, I knew
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
tenders is the group from that I'm.
Yes.
I don't want to give them. I don't know how much you told them. But.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
The Tenders is a very old druidic order that they have now lovingly called the Chicken
The
Tenders.
chicken tenders.
We have
Very
Elle,
respectful.
Yeah.
the young druid. We have Apoc,
Apoc.
the ranger. We have Sir Basil, fighter.
Mhm.
We have Mrs. Q, the cleric. And we have
Aurora.
the little bit of everything.
What are you at?
I'm a bard.
She's a disturber of the
Little
peace.
bit of
That's what she
everything.
is.
That's a surprise.
I'm a complex character. You just don't understand me.
Just going through
So
her
Apoc
goth
is your
phase
name.
Only woke us up once, covered in blood.
so far.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
far.
I just laughed because you said I'm riding Apoc, and I was like, oh, it's like a
No, I'm
position.
riding with
No,
Apoc.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on the same bird.
Boarback is the position.
Yeah.
Boarback?
He's a boar.
Like bear? Okay.
He's a boar.
God, this is a lot of layers.
Get ready for a lot of boar-related puns.
Oh boy.
I get my Sean Pundar up.
Maybe I was bored this way.
Are we writing them all
You
down
haven't
and
even
letting him use it only once?
Darn it. There's no
No.
point.
I keep going.
No, just save them. You gotta disperse it throughout the session. But yes, after all of that, you are on your way to the Scorched Grove, knowing that you are at least traveling with Astra, the leader of the Tenders, and Trevor, the pigeon. Which, as a fun note, in the book, it's actually Tevor, like Tevor,
Ah.
and I misread it and said Trevor, so now it's Trevor forever.
Trevor forever. I need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. Forever's actually Trevor's last name.
But you are currently traveling, I believe it's Aurora, Basil, and Miss Q
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
with Astra, and I believe it is Apoc and Elle with Trevor. On the backs of your druidic friends in their giant eagle form, you've just taken off from the tree of Alderheart and are starting to fly north towards the kind of tender stronghold of sorts at the edge of the Scorched Grove. As you travel, we have an adventure roll to clear up from last time that Mrs. Q rolled.
Sorry in advance.
It is mid-afternoon. You had a very late night after just finishing up at the House of Zogma. So if you have not yet taken a long rest, which you all should have last session, make sure you have that taken. But as you take off and get a pretty incredible, I think for the first time ever for all of you, 360-degree view of Humblewood as a forest. The day is clear. The sun is shining. There's a gentle breeze kind of like pushing you along for this first hour as you are able to fly on the backs of your wild-shaped companions. Is there anything you want to do while you're flying?
at least once Elle is like at the front being like, "Whoa, I'm king of the world!"
I should have seen that going.
Yeah.
Not sure how this will play out, but Mrs. Q, seeing the interaction that happened between Aurora and Apoc, leans over and says to Aurora, 'cause I'm on the same boat as you, right?
Yes.
I noticed a little something happening. And seeing as your mother isn't here, I feel the responsibility to give you a chance to talk about your feelings, any new feelings you may be having, and answer any questions you may have.
Sir Basil feeling awkward, just like standing there like whistling, but like trying to eavesdrop, you know.
I appreciate it, Mrs. Q, but like, you saved my life. I just thought I'd say thank you. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. That's, yeah, well,
Oh, did you think there was something more to
I
it?
just wanted to
Oh
open
God,
the
do
floor.
you think he thought there was something more to it?
The mind of men is a mystery to me, my friend.
Do you have any advice? Because you've been with men longer than I have.
Sir Basil's like,
You are right, I am a missus after all. Well, I didn't think it was actually gonna happen.
When one hedgehog loves another bird person, I don't know what the hell you guys are.
I can suggest that you talk about it.
That's what I thought.
If there are things you want to say to Apoc, it is okay for you to say them.
Oh,
As
yeah,
a
like
woman, you should share your feelings.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, that's not a problem there. Do you think he like thought it was something different than just being like thankful for saving my life?
Given that this is our friend Apoc, who is a bit of a space cadet,
Yeah.
there is a chance that maybe he didn't. So we can see when we land. See
Do you
how
think
he
do
acts.
you think it'll be awkward since he was dating that sexy, saucy Petra girl you guys talked about?
That was an awkward phase for him.
Because like I don't want to like break up that relationship if that's something like.
You know, I would be okay if you did.
I mean, she did attack us.
They just seem
Exactly.
really into her.
Well,
She's gonna kill you all.
there are some funny gentleman feelings out there. They're not all. We don't label them all with the same
Well,
words.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, but you know what? It's only awkward if you let it be awkward.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you act normal, he'll think that he misunderstood because they're not that bright.
They aren't.
Indeed. I'm glad we had this talk.
Me too.
Alright.
Sir Basil's like, well done, Mrs. Q. Well done.
I could have faded to black. Chose to let it happen.
They were committed to it. You just had to let it happen.
Once Ella's gotten out her king of the world from the bird, she's like, Apoc, what's going on now?
And Trevor, you can hear all of this conversation as these two are on you.
Oh, that's right. I thought it was on. Yeah.
With Aurora.
What about her?
Oh wait, I'm an owl.
You're an eagle.
I'm an eagle. Damn it.
You can be an owl if you want.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We all saw it. You saw it too, right, Trevor? Elle has a weird fascination with Trevor. I just warn you.
Oh no. I have good vision, but I try to stay out of other emotions and I don't know, probably.
Shut up, Trevor. This isn't about you.
And all you hear is caw, 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 caw as Trevor's in their wild shape.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, right.
Druid for 3 years. Still.
Well, I didn't know if they can understand animals.
I'm only 12. I don't
Speak
understand
with
anything.
animals. If you have speak with animals, you can hear.
Do you think I'm in?
Oh, I think so.
What do I do?
I don't know. My brother, whenever he
What?
Did the unmentionable thing.
he would always come home being like super happy for like a little bit.
Okay.
And then I never saw that girl again. But still,
They say why he was happy? But like that didn't happen.
But she kissed you
Yeah.
before we left.
But that was one way.
I don't understand.
Like I didn't kiss her.
Do you want to kiss her?
I don't know.
Do you want to kiss Petra?
I don't know. This is all so confusing.
Well, not really. You just make decisions and then... Isn't there like a grand gesture you do? It's in all of the books.
I don't read books. I grew up on a farm.
You writes a blog.
For adventures.
But isn't love the greatest adventure, Apoc? You could write about that.
I could.
Right, she's got you there.
What are you gonna do when we land?
I don't know. Do I need to do
I
anything?
think you need to do something.
What? I bought this ring.
What?
I think Aurora loves jewelry.
But it was expensive.
I think girls like expensive jewelry.
She might die. She might need it, actually.
Yeah. So then you could be like, oh, I got you this because I don't want you to die.
But that's also true.
I didn't say we were gonna make stuff up. On the way, Poc. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
You should definitely talk to her about it when we land. Maybe not in front of all of us, though.
Fair.
She's like, trust me, I know all
Yeah.
about these things, you know?
Trust me, I'm 12.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
These are all the books.
As the hour starts to come to a close, you notice between these conversations that have probably gone on for the majority of the hour at this point, you feel and you see as the horizon starts to get higher and higher as Astra and Trevor begin their descent towards the forest floor. As you enter back into the thick layer of old growth trees once more, the sunlight that was so prevalent above the trees now starting to get a little darker, especially as it gets a little bit farther into the afternoon and into the early evening. As the two giant eagles land on the forest floor and you all disembark, and Astra and Trevor shrink back into their Luma, they're both Lumas. Into their Luma forms. One very morning dove with rosy cheeks, and Trevor very pigeon-esque with a bright green feathers on his neck. Astra kind of looks at you all, her own feathers a little bit disheveled from the wind up above, as she just puts them into place, readjusts the mantle on her shoulders before. Sorry, it's on foot from here. We're just going to continue traveling north, and ideally we'll be able to make a little bit farther before we have to make camp tonight. So as long as that's all right with you. She'll look at all of you and kind of just nod to you, Trevor, as she turns and begins to just walk.
Follow suit.
Yeah.
You are able, thanks to a good adventure roll, walk without issue for the next little bit. As the night starts to become more and more prevalent, you realize you've actually traveled quite far. You know that Alderheart, as a tree in the center of Humblewood, is actually surrounded by some farmland on one side, some orchards on the other, a few shops that kind of set up camp around the roots. But you are far outside of that suburb area, for lack of a better word, at this point. Traveling into kind of the wild forest. No roads here. No paths that animals have made, more just kind of denser underbrush. Thanks to Elle's proficiency in the woods, and as you notice, Elle, it seems like Astra is not having a problem at all. Same as you. Kind of able to keep up with you, even if you try to lose her at some points. You make very easy travel until sunset, when Astra suggests you stop and set up camp.
Do you have a good spot to set up camp?
You can choose wherever you'd like, and I can give us a little bit of cover. The plants would be kind enough to do so.
And I'm gonna pull from my my clutch a string of beads. I'm gonna pull them out, and I'll have
up to.
I'll have a tent set up for everybody, and just give me like 10
What are
minutes.
the beads for?
And I start pulling out the beads and setting up like a little ritual across an opening where we can set up as I'm slowly working on setting up a little tiny hut for us.
Very nice. Oh, fun.
I picked this spell first, and I've been waiting since Aurora came in to use this spell.
Mrs. Q uses her, where is it? Magnificent Feast ability to start a roaring fire and cook some yummy food. Give me 2 seconds to decide what it is because I need to read the rules.
You do see, Astra, as you begin to set up your hearth. As you begin to set up your hearth, she kind of like nods excitedly, and she has this air of authority around her, being the leaders of the tenders. But as soon as you left the tree of Alderheart, even up at the top landing pad that you took off from, there's been almost a giddiness and more of a relaxed persona. As she kind of starts to move around, and you see her just gently picking at some mushrooms and fungus growing on the trees and kind of bringing them to you, Mrs. Q, to add in whatever you choose to make.
Yes.
Right, everybody, I need you in this circle when I cast the spell. Then you'll be able to move in and out for the night.
In circle?
Yeah, everybody got in the circle.
How big's the circle?
20-foot diameter.
I was gonna like shuffle and like push Apoc towards
Yeah, it's
Aurora.
got enough room for nine of us. So.
Yeah.
Oh, she still does it anyway.
All right, and then you see a big dome come up like a tent. Now everybody can kind of use this to stay safe at night.
Very cool.
We all have to kind of sleep together if that's okay, but at least we'll be safe from creatures out here.
What are you looking at me for? You have to sleep together? What?
This is good content.
She's looking around. She doesn't want to see anything in front of everybody else.
I'm
Stop
sorry.
making it weird.
It's weird being in the middle.
You think it's weird for you?
I'm very excited that you're here tonight. I don't have to suffer alone. Astra will kind of come up to Aurora and just, do we all have to stay in the little hut tonight? I was hoping to perhaps speak with whoever chooses to stay on watch or anything like that.
Just a safe space for everybody
Understood.
when they sleep.
Normally I make this out of plants. This is much easier. Thank you.
No problem.
What has Mrs. Q made?
Mrs. Q has made like roasted potatoes with she used the mushrooms that Astra had brought to make like a mushroom sauce to go on top of the potatoes.
Ooh.
And then some well, technically it can be anything, so I can just conjure up some like roast beef and a shoulder of lamb, because I can
Perfect.
do up to 3 plus 1 of my wisdom modifier.
Nice.
So that's 3 things.
We're glamping.
Mushroomy potatoes and
Glamping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Style.
roast beef and lamb.
In a hut.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's a very rich smelling hut for a while. As you are cooking, Mrs. Q, and the smell, it does waft to the forest. Every so often you're convinced you hear just like a rustle of leaves farther off. Astra's almost brought you to like the trees are old growth forest, so thinking of like giant redwoods, you're kind of nestled in like a root cavity almost of one of the redwoods, is where Aurora has set up her hut. But you swear you're hearing movement, rustles of leaves this deep into the forest. I don't think any of you have ever been this far north, with the exception of Trevor, who had to fly over this area before with Astra. But as you all kind of settle in and enjoy the very rich meal that Mrs. Q has made for you in Aurora's tiny hut, or around the tiny hut for now, Aster kind of finishing first and taking a very... That was lovely, Mrs. Quillam. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We make a lot of things ourselves as well, but certainly the added magic makes it a little bit easier to have something this delightful. That's much appreciated. You are quite the interesting group to travel with so far, especially the outfit changes I've noticed over the past 2 days.
Do you like my coat?
It is certainly a little bit heavy, but that is all right.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to come in handy at some point.
I'm very glad you have it then. Always trust your gut. I do think it might be worth speaking a bit about our plan when we make it to the Tender Camp. We are kind of going to our very last stronghold that Trevor was stationed at, and
Before.
we might have to inform them what happens.
Before what?
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Not reading, just to remind myself. Anyway.
Sublime.
Before what, Trevor?
Before the
Make something bad.
the whole the creature
Creature? What creature?
The creature hole?
swallowed my dear teacher. It was horrible. Some monster just came up from the ashes and oh my gosh. Just devoured my poor teacher, and I just got away.
Probably should seek therapy.
This is my therapy. Revenge.
What can you tell us of this creature?
That it's a monster. That's all I saw. Just a big, huge monster of a thing.
Was it teeth?
Was it fire?
It seemed like all of it, and Andrea can fill in the rest. I just don't know. That's all I saw. Honestly, some like, stop me. Can I make it up? I usually make shit up. So
You were in a field of ash and
Yeah,
fire
not much
when
I
it
know.
happened, and
Yeah.
a lot of what you saw was the ground heaving.
Yeah.
You're not sure what it was,
Okay.
only that it was very big.
Trevor, what kind of easy to accomplish weak spots the monster has?
All I know, it was big, guys. I don't know if we can do anything, but it was big and it was scary.
Well, there's a few big guys in our group.
I know, I thought I was big too, but man, this thing was big. You've seen stuff like this before? Are you guys qualified for this? I don't know.
Esther will put a hand on Trevor's shoulder.
I'm trying for nervous, but it's ending
I
up
love it.
Oh, it's good.
PTSD,
Perfect.
Trevor.
It is good. It is good.
Perfect.
The T stands for Trevor.
Post-Trevor distress.
Have there been other sightings since this last encounter?
Can you picture this creature in your mind?
No,
Did you see it?
no, I just saw the ash and the fire.
Okay.
I told you it was big. I can picture big.
Detect thoughts. What do I picture? What do I see in your mind as what do you picture as big?
Just a giant Trevor.
You just do it. You don't have to add Trevor.
No, you don't get to make a save for this. It's just surface thoughts. So at surface level, what's
Fear.
Trevor feeling?
Fear. Just fear and big. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to know you, but like but this is it. That's all Trevor knows. I think there's more emotion there than memory at this point.
While we're talking about monsters attacking camps, can I rip off a primeval awareness?
Remind me what that is again.
Detect aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undeads within a mile.
Within a mile?
Mm-hmm. Just yes or no.
You don't sense anything.
Please help me avenge my Hazel. My friend Hazel.
We found Trevor when he made it back to the tender camp without Hazel, and it was supposed to be a very simple search mission, I guess. Nothing has ever been that close to the edge of the grove before.
What were you searching for?
What are we searching about? I thought we were helping controlling the fires.
You were out trying to control the fires, look for plant life that may have survived in
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
Can you picture Hazel in your mind while I'm detecting your thought? Can you? What does Hazel look like?
What did she look like?
No! I'll send you a photo. Hazel's a photo.
Hazel had green eyes, which was confusing based on the name. No. Yellow eyes.
Hazel.
Oh. Can you do the detect thoughts thing no matter what, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You picture this. This greenish blue bird. I'm sure it's the type of bird, but I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just texting.
Mm-hmm.
So you see with your detect thoughts, you do see a. You do see a gallus figures, more like the rooster turkey kind
Oh yeah,
of folk.
right.
With red patches across their eyes, a very sharpened beak, a little peak of feathers, which isn't normal for gallus, but very, very bright green feathers. And you kind of see the fear on the face of Hazel, in the mind of Trevor, as the ground heaved around them.
Sorry for your loss, my friend.
Like I said, revenge. Revenge for Hazel.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
We may have other reasons why we want to get into the grove with fresh eyes. That being one of them. The hotspots we've talked about before being another. Ideally, we'd like to stop this grove from spreading. Our base camp, as it were, has been consumed about 4 times now as the grove has slowly started to expand. We've had to move it farther and farther south along the border in order to keep it functioning. But it's growing and it's not good. And us as tenders feel the imbalance in the elements here. It's especially prevalent in the scorched grove. If we can find anything, it will be useful. I know you wish to go down into the hot spots in the caves. I wish for that as well. But I cannot stress enough the fact that no one has made it past an hour into those caves before any magic has run out. Spells don't normally last that long. So if you have a way where we can make it into that hot spot, we need to find that first, or we will not make it.
Isn't there an artifact up in the mountains north? We're supposed to find something. It was a long night last night,
It was.
and we were told about it before that long night.
You're talking about
The aspect.
The aspect of ice, yes. I've sent word to our elders. There is one at the tender encampment that hopefully will know something. We've given her as much information as you've given us.
That's our ticket in.
So that does beg the question as to what we are going to do when we reach the grove. If we cannot find this ancient relic, this aspect of ice, we won't be able to make it into that hotspot. We've lost too many to try again.
That's why we mustn't fail at finding the aspect of ice.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be our first stop then.
Seems so.
All right. So we'll make it to the camp. We'll see what our elder has to say. And hopefully we can go from there. All right. This part of the forest does get a little bit scary at night. I do suggest that perhaps watches are in order. I'm very happy to take the first one or split it up accordingly. Perhaps Elle and I can take that first watch.
Can you see in the dark?
I can.
Okay.
I'm happy to wake up whoever needs to be woken at
Yeah,
any
you
time.
can wake me up. I'll take the second one.
Excellent.
I can take it. Do we normally do 2 people?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
With the dome, you don't have to if you don't want to. Nothing bad has ever happened when one person has taken a watch and fallen asleep.
Never.
No, never.
But we are safe inside the dome. Creatures that are not us can't enter it. So it's like magically shields them.
Oh, nice.
We'd be safe.
Why were you saying that you wanted to take second
Yeah,
watch?
I was going to take second watch with Apoc.
Excellent. We can wake you at that time.
I can do third watch if needed.
Is there anything anyone wanted to do before sleeping?
Can I attune? Can I focus
Yeah.
on these bracers?
Yeah, absolutely.
And try and learn what makes them tick.
Absolutely. Are those the bracers from Aurora? Alright. So as you kind of move throughout your bedtime routine, skincare, take off the makeup, change into your silk PJs.
What an adventuring party.
Yeah.
Silk PJs.
That's all.
One of
me.
us
That's
is
all
wearing
me.
Glampers? Come
Yeah,
on.
one of us is wearing Uggs.
I'll let you guess who it is.
We went through a whole like mini dungeon
Actually,
in a halter top dress with
I'm
an
wearing
empire
I'm
waist.
wearing wedges today, so I'll switch back
Oh,
into
that's
our
Oh yes, the wedges are very good for
the,
walking.
the adventuring Uggs will come back on.
If they're
The wedges are
magic, they're
known.
comfortable.
Yeah, that's fair. They don't look good.
They're eagle flying wedges.
They're good enough to sit like side saddle
Yeah.
on the back of the eagle.
For sure.
Right. So as you all begin to kind of like nestle in, like backs up against the giant root of the redwood behind you, slowly starting to drift off one by one. You actually see Astra just kind of sit on the outside of the dome, kind of crisscrossed applesauce, while you're all starting to drift off into sleep. Elle, where are you at?
If there's a fire burning, she's gonna kind of be sitting around there. She's gonna take out some paper and she's gonna be writing a letter like she usually does. And then when she's all done, pull it into like a little paper bird and use her gust to like get it up and above the tree line.
I love that.
She's still trying to get in touch with. She's sending out her letters because she believes in the postal service of Humblewood.
Yes, she does. It's really cute. As you finish folding and gusting the letter up, you watch as it kind of follows the like sparks of the dying fire just up out of the dome, up past the first set of branches of the tree. And you kind of are at that point where you're looking straight up and it's almost looming over top of you. The height of this old growth forest is just immense. You kind of look back down and see. You can come this way, Lee. Yeah, it's easier. Sorry. No problem. I got up just the right time. See, suspense. You see Astra has sort of turned on her perch just outside the dome to face you.
Yeah, I was just looking straight ahead into the fire.
Are you good? I can scooch.
Oh no, I'm not good.
She's okay.
Baby, I'm sorry.
She's okay.
Don't worry.
Don't worry,
Leave it.
don't
Leave
worry.
it.
Don't worry.
Leave it.
Leave it.
Yeah.
You know,
There
It's
was,
easier.
there was dirt
It's
on the
easier.
floor for
Sorry,
like
guys.
3
Wasn't gonna
weeks.
say anything.
There was dirt on the floor for 3 weeks because I've knocked over
you
2
don't have a
cups.
dog that can drag through.
Yeah. We just have friends.
That can drag it through the next one. I apologize. All I wanted was drink.
That's okay.
Just let me know if you need something.
What? I was trying to be self-sufficient.
You do see. You're trying not to stare, but you can't help sometimes and just feel the eyes on you as Astor just kind of comes and sits next to you. I feel like I need to apologize, Elle. I'm very sorry if I've made you uncomfortable. Are you alright?
She like just takes out one of her books and like slowly starts to like put it all over her face.
You actually get a laugh out of Astra at this point. I understand if you don't want to talk. It was not my intention to make you feel uncomfortable, but I think it's worth an explanation as to why. And I'd like to extend an offer of help if you would like to take it. You certainly don't have to, but we as a group of tenders were actually visited by, I think, your mother and your grandmother not too long ago.
The book does not move.
They said we should actually be expecting to meet you. They described what to look for, and I was shocked, actually, when I saw you in Aldehart. And even more shocked when I realized why you were so important. I'm not sure if you believe what your grandmother and your mother believed, but the first children are very much real. And I believe that you are a direct link to those first children. And if you wanted to try and find some information or some proof, I think I can help you do that. Tonight. But it's your choice. You can even come to me later. I think I'll be accompanying you for quite some time. I'm hoping I'm not a threat to you, Elle.
And she's gonna take the book down a little and rustle into her bag and pull out that picture of her mom that's hand drawn.
Yep.
Does she still look like this?
When I met her, yes.
Yeah.
It seems like she might have gotten a new cloak, but that's about it.
How good is this picture? Are we talking like stick figures with a big
Wind
Yeah, she
image.
looks exactly like that.
An image.
Yeah.
Good drawing.
The wind helped Elle draw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Under a magical influence. So
Okay.
It's a little bit better than a stick figure with a beak.
I was imagining like crayons.
Do you know where they went after?
Unfortunately, I don't. Your mother came first. She came. Must have been at least a couple months ago now. Your grandmother came about a month ago. She said she was just checking in on a few things. She gave us the description to look for you. Your mother was looking more for answers. I directed her to some of our elders in a different encampment, as I actually couldn't answer the questions she had about you and about the first children. Your grandmother didn't seem to have questions so much as an invitation to watch out for you.
Yep. That's Master Wayra. She says it's kind of without a lot of emotional tone.
She was worried about you, if that makes any difference.
I was gonna roll her eyes.
She also said you might have that reaction. You're very bright. Whatever you've been told in the past, it might not necessarily be true or be bad. I'm not sure if you believe in your destiny that you've been told of, but it doesn't have to be a scary thing. I believe I was destined for where I am, and every day we have to face whatever's going on in the Scorched Grove. If you're destined for something great, I think that's a good thing.
She's gonna just put the book back up. I don't know if Pigeon can cry, but she's just trying to hide all the emotion she's feeling right now. She wants to not be sitting there with Astra right now.
You do feel the air kind of almost get a little bit warmer around you, and you feel, rather than see, Astra kind of just get up and just adjust her mantle, her cloak a little more. If you ever want to talk, just let me know. And she'll turn and actually step back outside the dome to sit with her back kind of to you, just staring out into the night. I guess I'll roll for Astra to see if she notices anything while on watch. That's a waste of a natural 20.
We have Astra.
Well, I'll ask you one thing. Even with her 20, would she notice? So we can pass through the hut no matter, like, from any. So if Elle tries to just walk out the back into the forest on her own, would Astra notice?
I'm going to leave that up.
You can see out, but you can't see back in.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that up to Aurora how the hut was set up. You have this area very like Harry Potter and the Forbidden Forest as in the first movie, where you're kind of at the crux of two. That's your fault.
We have watched it, but a long time ago.
You're kind of at the crux of two like massive root systems. So if you wanted to, you could have made the hut tucked with your back against the root system, or you could have made it farther out. But it would have required Elle to sneak out the back and walk back around.
Whatever
the hut.
works for your vibe, Elle.
She just wants to get out of there right now.
So
I'm
the
gonna
sparkles
have
on you
you-
are so distracting.
I know.
Yeah,
Where are they
sparkles.
from?
The ribbon, probably.
It's all in your
I
hair
don't
and
make
everything.
stuff.
Your hair. Your
Yeah,
face.
your mustachio.
I'm cosplaying. I'm slowly
Because she's mostly just want anyone to
No,
follow
leave it. It's
her,
fine. It's
but
part
she's
of
also
my character
real
does
upset,
glitter.
So that's true. That's a 9 plus. What am I doing?
You're gonna make a stealth check.
That's only a 10.
You feel like you got away.
All right, I got this.
And once outside the hut, you notice it's like a little bit colder on your skin. Your feathers kind of puff up to keep a little bit warmer. The night is a little bit darker and more oppressive once you're outside the firelight. What you up to?
She just wants to get a little bit enough away, and she's gonna pull out her quarterstaff and just start hitting the closest tree to her.
Okay.
Just hitting, just getting out some. She's just gonna cry
Pent up.
while she
Yeah.
hits this teenage angst.
This teenage
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-teen angst, the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12-year-old preteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just gonna just keep hitting this tree.
Okay. Easy enough to do. You're not disturbed as you do this. The only thing that stops you is the fatigue in your arms at some point as you wander a bit closer back to the hut. At which point you do see Astra kind of get up and brush off her clothes, give you kind of just a nod as you re-arrive before going to wake Apoc and Mrs. Q. You are both gently nudged awake by Astra, very quietly just saying that it is your turn before she herself will kind of close up and curl up.
Anything we need to know?
It's been quiet so far.
Where's Elle?
She comes in and just throws her corner in the corner.
Wakes
like,
everybody.
just like grabs her cloak. Oh my god! Flips the table and just like curls up. Like the way she kind of like shuts in, but she's like putting her whole cloak. Like she's a marshmallow with a cloak over her.
Got it.
So no one can see her.
I like the idea of the quarterstaff like hitting the ground, but then like bouncing over and smacking like Trevor in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Trevor this whole time has had hard time sleeping, and this is his PTSD is triggered of it.
Is
Trevor,
this
you can be awake now too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tossing and turning all night. I think that's
Yeah, that's fair.
the idea.
I will get a perception roll from you guys for the night, as I have my encounters table up.
Do these hold dice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
21. Okay.
Unless we're in the mountains.
We are not in the mountains. We're in the middle of an old growth forest.
Could be in the
Nope,
mountains.
you're going the wrong way.
I've never seen these.
There we go.
Do you wanna?
Interference. No,
yeah.
it's okay.
Well, I mean, kind of.
No, it's fine.
You sure?
It's an 8.
Okay.
God, this is cute. You really got to get those cataracts looked at.
Need a new prescription. As Mrs. Q is like getting up to head over to the watch station, she
You're either in the dome or outside.
yeah, wherever Apoc is already sitting, she gets.
Apoc's like climbing a tree.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
What is Apoc? What is your?
He's a
It's
boar.
a boar.
Boar,
Does
right,
boars
right.
climb trees?
I can see everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Q takes a little cookie. It looks like a little macaron, and she goes and puts it on Elle's pillow because
front
she
of the
noticed that
marshmallow.
Elle was sad.
She just looks like a pillow, so I imagine you put it like on her head.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
And then she heads
The little
over
head
to
just comes out and then takes it out.
the...
That's
Like
right,
the-
eat those
like
feelings.
the little the cat things that just like...
Yeah, the cat was
He's 12,
flying.
told him to learn that.
And as she walks over to go sit on, I don't know, a log or something, because she's not climbing a tree, because she...
Hey, you want to come up with me? We can
is,
get a
I am
good
too
view.
old for that,
No, I'll
Apoc.
carry you. You can get on my back.
That is not a good idea.
But this is a new one. Like, you haven't seen this before.
I am
Come
a
on, get on.
hedgehog.
Get
I
on.
am designed to be on ground. I was born for this.
Yeah. But you gotta branch out. Get a branch.
I do get it.
Trevor rolls and goes, boo! And rolls back to sleep.
Apoc, come down here and sit with me.
But we're supposed to keep watch.
Yes, we can keep watch from here.
But it's a better watch from up there.
Fine. But I still want to talk to you. We're just
That's-
going to have to talk with this weird distance between us.
You're just shouting.
Climb up.
I can't climb, Apoc.
That's why I said I'll carry you.
I don't want you to carry me.
What if
Apoc.
Jeremy carries you?
Is that possible?
I mean, he's carried me before. I don't know if they could carry you.
This I will agree to.
Can we try this?
Do I have to make you roll for it?
I don't think so.
But if Jeremy drops
This
me,
is a steep slope to
I
get
swear to
down.
God, Jeremy.
How about this? How about this?
Okay.
I will allow this because I'm nice. I will allow this because I'm nice. I would like Mrs. Q to give me an acrobatics check. For the sole purpose of we are going to see how long it takes for Jeremy to get you up this tree.
I'm
Does
a
the
pretty
coat-
portly hedgehog
Does the
too.
coat give advantage?
No.
Oh, no.
Ah.
And court should be disadvantaged.
18!
18?
Yeah.
You know what? You use your coat like a hot air balloon,
Nice.
and all the fleas just go in said coat,
Perfect.
and that's how you get up the
I
tree.
knew it would come in handy.
30 feet.
Oh my God.
Mrs. Q is gently lowered onto this branch on which she is branching out and is
Trevor goes,
visibly
"Yay."
she is visibly uncomfortable because she really does not like being above ground.
That's fair.
I imagine you having like push your coat down because it's getting caught
Yes,
on the
my
branches.
coat
like,
is cumbersome.
But have you ever seen the forest from this before? This perspective?
She sort of looks out. and says, "No, actually, I haven't. The tree at Alderheart doesn't really feel like a tree because it's so big. But this, I guess it's kind of cool. Until you fall and die.
No, you're not gonna die from this high.
30 feet
Yeah, no.
and very squishy.
I mean, I can help you get down.
But what if I fall?
Here, I'll hold your hand.
Oh, okay. Yay. Friends.
You're not gonna fall. But nothing can get us while we're up here either.
Mrs. Cute pulls out a flask of tea that she had in her petticoat.
Perfect. I got mine too.
It's one. Oh, okay.
Flask of coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers.
Non-stop game with A-Block over there.
Just making his way through the group.
Hussy here.
So, Apoc,
Yeah, what's up?
I noticed you had a moment with Aurora.
I think
And given
yeah.
that your mother is not around, she says the exact same thing. I feel responsible to have a chat with you about your feelings and any new feelings you may be having
But
and
why
what
are
they
you talking to
mean.
me? She kissed me. You should talk to her.
Well, perhaps I already have. Perhaps I shall do it later.
Did she say
Right
anything?
now, I'm talking to you.
Elle
Stay
thinks I should
focused,
do
Apoc.
something.
Stay focused.
What do I do?
Elle says what?
Yeah. Elle says I need to make a big grand gesture.
For a 12-year-old, that's not bad advice.
Very PG.
Do you like her?
Oh, she's cool.
That's not what I asked.
What do you mean?
Lots of people are cool, Apoc.
Yeah.
Not all cool people also, are worthy of your feelings.
Yeah, but she's cool. I mean, you're nice.
Jeez,
Thank
drive
you.
by. Right.
I'm also old, Apoc.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
okay.
No.
Oh my god.
This guy.
You can be cool.
How? I'm just gonna breeze past the cool thing, and because I don't even want to touch this. How did you feel when she kissed you?
I mean, I think that was the first time a girl's kissed me before.
So how did you feel?
I mean, there was a lot of I don't know. Like, what's this? Do you know that feeling?
I was kissed once before.
Yeah?
Indeed.
What did you do?
What did she do? I slapped him. Splendid.
So I need to slap her?
No.
What?
Only if she consents. She's into it.
This is spiraling very like
The circumstances were slightly different in my situation.
Okay. What made it different?
I had made it very clear that I did not want anything like that.
Oh, okay.
And they chose to ignore
Oh,
it.
okay, so this
And
is a
so I
consent
slapped
thing.
them.
Yeah,
It
that's
is a
fair.
consent
That's
thing.
fair. This is fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I did save her life.
I mean, but we also don't want it to be transactional because that seems wrong.
So I shouldn't give her a gift?
Well, are you giving her a gift because
I
she's
don't
your
know.
friend?
Elle made it sound like I should give her a gift because she gave me a kiss.
A gift is, by definition, not transactional.
Yeah, but if a gift is in response to another gift that wasn't prompted, but it was nice, and you want to do something back just to make it kind of...
That's fine. If
How's
both
that
are-
not a transaction?
Because both were given without condition of the expectation that something would be received in return.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like a bandit sneaking
Alright.
in. I knew that.
I feel like you're on this watch. Just
Then it's
So you're saying if I give her something-
Yeah,
We're all just
Dead.
on, yeah.
That's it. That there's nothing expected.
You need to start again. I wasn't listening.
You're saying if I give her something, there's nothing expected.
Correct.
Okay.
You can give something to her because you appreciate her.
I
Or
mean, I
because you
gave
are
her-
thankful.
I gave her life.
Gave birth to her? Like what?
The gift of life.
Gift of not death.
There you go. Well, I mean, she kind of likes the death though.
Oh no.
Is she like? don't know. You saw the
This
skeletons
is slightly
and the
out of
bones.
my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm a little more traditional.
Do you think? Should I give her a bone?
No!
What?
The skeletons.
All I'm trying to say.
Sorry, something just. I thought I
don't
heard a
know
noise
why
in the
you-
forest.
All I'm saying is, it is okay if you want to give her a gift. It doesn't have to be because she has done anything for you. You can just give and receive gifts openly. But they can also be representative of feelings. Gifts represent feelings, right?
Gotcha.
If
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, thank you. Maybe a little bit, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no cream and sugar, though, huh?
Can I cast locate object on some cream? Is there
Do it. Burn your spells.
Do it.
It's
Do
fine,
it.
it's
1
fine.
second.
Do it.
1
That
second.
didn't turn out bad last
I don't
night.
need to cast anything. I
Remember
we might
when
be
you-
able to find some.
Remember when you looked for a bone?
Yeah, I know. I know. Locate object, cream. DM, is there cream in this one?
No.
Not even with intent?
No. I don't think any of you
I
would
don't
carry
think we have any
cream.
cream.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll manage.
Okay.
I'll just imagine there's cream.
You have to drink it from a flask, though.
Okay. Would you like some tea?
Sure. Switch.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta roll a d20.
Okay. 19.
Okay, there's tea. Yeah, you get some.
As you went to go switch flasks and your eyes looked away from each other at back down at your camp, you do actually see like this kind of weird big cat sort of thing. With like tufts for ears, kind of spots on their back and a tufted tail. Just kind of like sniffing.
Is it right below us?
It is right below us by the
Don't worry, you have tea though.
How big is it?
hut. Goodness gracious. By the hut, and you see it like sniffing and walking, turning towards the hut before it bounces off, correct? You see it kind of like run into something invisible, and you don't actually see your party.
So the outside is opaque.
Right.
You can see it's just like camouflage dome.
Shit,
Yeah.
do we have to deal with that?
Don't worry, I'll handle it. How big is this cat? He's like a
But
mountain
you're 30
cat.
feet in the air,
Yeah,
right?
we're 30 feet up.
Yeah, it's like that's like 5 feet in length kind of situation.
Okay, so big cat.
It like moves around and just bonks into the side again, looking kind of
It's
confused.
2 Sir Basils. Essentially.
Mrs. Q casts thaumaturgy and makes some like really scary sounds come from like
Trevor.
a nearby bush to try and scare the cat away.
Trevor screamed.
Make sure it's rumbling.
Rumbling?
Yeah, rumbling sounds.
Rumbling sounds?
Yeah, rumbling
Why do you
sounds.
think that will help?
Because there's a rumbling monster in the area. It might know.
Oh, right. Okay. Rumble, rumble, rumble.
I know.
Yes, Trevor does scream.
But does the cat run away?
Because of the scream, I guess.
I think a series of loud noises, yes, would scare the cat in this otherwise quiet environment. Anyone with a passive perception over like 11 also hears the rumbling and feels the rumbling and is woken up.
Okay. Oops, that was a little more powerful than I anticipated. Guys, it was just me. Don't worry, go back to sleep.
Can we hear you 30 feet up in the air?
Guys, it was just me.
Trevor's eyes remain
I peed
open.
on that
Oh boy.
Poor panic pigeon.
So what is the gift?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Nothing too big.
We're thinking because she keeps dying that she might need this ring of fire resistance.
It's a ring.
Yeah. Is
Do you know
that-
what
is that a
else rings
problem?
symbolize?
I mean, it's a ring.
I mean, it's usually a symbol
But
of.
she likes magic items.
This is true.
Yeah.
What does it look like? Does
I
it have a big rock on it?
think so. I pull it out and it's just like this. I'm assuming a big red gemstone. What is the ring of fire resistance?
So the Ring of Fire Resistance is a band, and it has like 3 smaller red gemstones built into it. But it's not like solitaire kind of ring. It's more like
Okay.
a band.
Okay, this will work.
Okay.
Are you going to explain it to her?
I don't know.
I think you should explain.
I feel like this is forced upon me. I didn't want to give away my ring.
Well, then don't give away your ring.
But it feels like it needs to happen.
No, it doesn't need to happen. Words mean more than gifts. If you want to say something to her and say that you care about her and that you want to make sure she doesn't die,
I mean, I want to make sure all of you guys don't die.
excellent. Say it to everyone.
But you haven't kissed me.
I told you it's not transactional, Apoc. Were you listening?
Yeah, but now it feels like there needs to be something to happen.
You already gave me your coffee. I'm good. She doesn't know how to drink hot coffee.
Alright, that's fair.
Because it is so much different from hot tea.
It is because it's bitter and it doesn't have any milk in it.
Okay, I'll find tea next time.
Okay.
Or milk, one of the two.
You're in the hot coffee mod of the...
We're in hot coffee mod. What do I say?
What do you want to say?
I don't know.
Well, how do you feel?
I'm just trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, then maybe wait until you've figured it out before you say anything.
Okay,
Yeah, take your time. There's no rush.
that's fair.
Okay. And maybe don't go to Elle for advice on matters of the heart.
Oh.
Just in case.
Oh.
Why not Elle?
Because she is very young.
But you're very old. How's
That's-
that any different?
It is very different. Yes.
Okay.
You just think about that and then you will realize why it's different.
Alright.
Excellent. I'm glad we had this talk.
As you're something of a wash. Did you want to say one more thing?
John, help down?
Yes, please.
Okay, hop on. Apoc jumps.
I know what you're doing.
Mrs. Q screams.
How do you
Trevor
land?
Like, oh, like a gazelle leaping through a meadow. Apoc drops down 30 feet, lands one hand on the ground, one
Superhero
knee,
landing?
superhero pose,
With Mrs. Q on
with
your
Mrs.
back.
Q on my back.
As the coach just
Mrs.
like,
Yeah! Nice.
Mrs. Q, in utter fear because her instincts are kicking in, as soon as she hits ground, burrows into the ground. And is just there in a hole.
This was
the only thing sticking out is your coat.
Yeah.
The strain of your coat, yeah.
You good?
Can you pull me out, please?
grab the coat. I'm gonna say a couple more people from your party are shaken awake once more.
Who do we wake up?
Aurora,
Okay.
would you like to do it or would you like me to do it?
I would call it a talk,
you do
not
it.
a watch.
I'll get Mr. Basil.
Okay.
They tried their best.
Mrs. Q goes and taps Aurora and then just pushes up her sleep mask because she's wearing one, of course. Says, it's time for your watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Make sure to get some sleep. It's if the temperature needs to change, I can adjust that in the hut to whatever you feel more comfortable sleeping with.
Ooh, thermo
A little
control.
cooler. Or...
Mrs. Q has a giant coat on, so she's good.
All right, I'll get up for my watch.
I assume that Basil was probably already awake because of all the commotion, and
Yes.
he's probably just watching Trevor like talking in his sleep or something. You're like, what's going on with this guy? You know?
Screaming in his sleep.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I'll do for my watch is I'll pull up my my barista kit and I'll start making like some coffee for the two of us.
Oh, Bert.
Cream?
Sure.
I should have known, actually.
This stuff is a luxury.
Yeah. Sugar?
Let's go.
You suck.
Oh, this is a great cup of coffee.
I'll take a perception check from each of you on your watch.
I think they have that for drinks now, eh? Like a drink.
9.
Coffee maker? But like for a drink.
19.
Do you get one?
Okay.
Is that a nat 20?
But it's so if it's not 20, like, it's just a nat 20. Like I wouldn't minus or
20.
plus anything. Okay, then nat 20.
For me, a 20 is a 20.
Okay, nat 20.
That also means a 1 is a 1.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Great.
I'm aware of everything.
You are keeping an eye.
Great coffee.
You do kind of hear like rustles every so often just coming. You swear you see the swish of a tail over one of the roots, but for the most part you are very confident with your ability to notice something before it becomes an issue. Would you two like to have a heartfelt, heart-to-heart?
How you doing after all that? Gone through a lot for you in the last couple hours.
It's been a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think your family will be safe though.
I certainly hope so. Thank you so much for advocating for them and getting them out of there.
We'll be in Alderheart soon again, right?
I hope so. I've been away for so long. I feel like I have so much to answer for and so much to make up to them. I'm not a good big brother. I'm not a good son.
Oh, well, I think you're doing a great job, and you're taking every day by the horns, and hey, you've shown to us that you're a fantastic friend.
Sir Basil will come out, sit up a little taller. That means a lot, Aurora. Thank you.
If ever you need some work, I'm sure I could get you in with my my dad and give you some jobs if you're just looking for some side hustles to get back in the good books.
Interesting. And he'll be thinking, because he knows like what your family does. He'll be like, I'll keep that in mind.
Right. Yeah. Well, if you ever need an in, nepotism's still king.
Just for fun, I'll imagine like maybe there's a little lull in the conversation. They're just sitting there, sipping the coffee. Maybe Sir Basil's kind of rocking in his seat a little bit, and he'll be just like, "So, Aurora."
Oh no!
That kiss. Whoa.
She like Apoc, yes or no? Check.
What's that about?
I just was saying thank you for saving my life. I just gave him a peck. I didn't think this was going to be a whole thing.
I mean, Mrs. Q seemed to be very concerned. So.
Yeah, but she's concerned about everything. She's a little high up strung.
I mean, that's one of the things we love about Mrs. Q.
It's true. She keeps us on the straight and narrow.
It's true. So what do you think you're going to do about this whole Apoc thing?
Well, we're on an adventure to save the world. I think that's kind of more important.
We want you to be focused with your head on the game.
Yeah.
If there's these lingering things, I mean, I feel like as a group we gotta deal with it.
Well, I'm focused. We gotta do our job, right, for the chicken tenders.
Oh my god.
True.
Yeah, and then we'll get back to Alderheart, and you'll get back to your family, and maybe I can get back to the person that's back there for me.
Oh, you have a person.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Ask more questions.
This is the first I've heard of you talking about somebody.
Oh, we met.
Does Apoc know about this?
We met them, right? The Avio?
Who?
Angel?
I'd be like going through his brain thinking.
Was that the gothic, the emo?
Is it?
Girl?
So Basil was just like, whoa.
I don't know. Well, maybe. Nice. She seemed cool. Anyways.
Are you guys all 12?
No, just me.
You never know it.
They're all from small towns,
That's
like,
right.
yeah.
Cool. I don't know.
Sir Basil being so out of like his comfort zone and not really know what to do, was just like sip his coffee and be like, "Good talk," and then just like kind of like
Good
walk
talk.
around.
I punch you back.
All right. Cool.
Can we like whisper, "Angel, what? Wow."
Your watch does come to a close as the sun starts to rise. Trevor waking up earlier than some of the others for whatever reason.
Anxiety.
For whatever
This is
reason.
too close to home. I don't know. The insomnia is getting to me.
To be fair, I said nervous.
I took it and I ran with it.
You went with panic attacks.
Creative liberty.
It's
you know?
method.
Method
It's
acting,
method.
yeah.
It's fine.
Dipping into your Jared
Dividend
Leto's.
money. Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Right, you woke up. Okay. You all kind of start to stir awake and come back awake. Some of you having better sleeps than others. Maybe thinking about some of the discussions from last night and wondering if that was necessary or otherwise. But nonetheless, the sunlight once more kind of breaking through the trees, at least as best as you can tell in this early morning. And Astra, already with a bit of a spring in her step, starting to bustle, pack up her small kind of traveling sack, checking over at Trevor every so often and muttering under her breath to make some plans on the best flight path for the day. As the dome falls after 8 hours, as the dome falls, the cooler air kind of hitting you, the condensation immediately on your fur and your feathers, as the day kind of stretches out before you. I need an adventure roll.
Do we get a long rest?
You do get a long rest. Debatable, but you get a long rest.
Trevor, you want to roll our adventure roll?
I was gonna say
You know the way there.
I was going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us, if that works. Even though we're flying. Does that work?
That will help. I will take an adventure roll before you know
Before.
what you are facing today. But good to know that Pass Without a Trace.
What was it? It looks like a 0 for me.
It's a 9.
That's not true. 9. Niff.
Okay. All right, so as you are all preparing to head out, Astra kind of doing some quick calculations, she looks at all of you and just... So we are going to have to spend another night out in the forest, but we will be much closer to the grove, so it is... You might even be able to start seeing the smoke when we're flying today. We can fly for 2 hours today, I think that's right. But we will be on foot for the rest. So, I guess for the morning bit, you see her kind of scrunch back in on herself and slowly the giant wings expand. Today is an owl instead of an eagle. You see pure white feathers with the exception of the tail that has a blue tinge, a blue bar. A blue band, sorry. Blue band is the right term from my bird identification course.
I was gonna...
Yeah. Around the edge of the feathers on her tail. Trevor, what do you turn into today?
I like the eagle idea too, actually. I was gonna say eagle.
I was going to suggest duck.
I
thought it would be fun.
I actually love duck. I turned into a Psyduck. Because that is so Trevor.
Yes, so true.
Pokemon.
Psyduck is a spirit animal.
No, I turned into it.
You hurt yourself.
But
Yeah.
The huge headache.
Psyduck is confused.
But it's got that Into the Spider-Verse vibe where you suddenly have a different animation from the rest of the surroundings.
Yeah, I like that.
Everyone's like, what is that?
No, I turned into a duck. I do like the duck. I think that would be fun.
Excellent.
What kind of duck?
Mallard.
You sure?
I know a lot of other ones, but Mallard came to my mind first.
Name 3 right now.
Does your dad have things about mallards?
Yeah.
Others. And other ducks. That's all I know.
So who wants to ride with who today?
I mean, the duck, obviously. One
Elle, you want to ride with me?
Elle hasn't talked to anybody this morning. She's just she's got all her stuff and she's ready, but she's just not there.
Do we perceive this? We can... I don't know.
You would notice Elle seems a little bit different from her usual self in the morning. Not even asking for coffee from Apoc today.
And she's gonna march straight towards the duck.
Okay.
She's not even gonna go near. She's not even gonna go near Astra.
Mrs. Q follows Elle because she wants to check on her. So she will also ride the duck.
So it's 2 people plus Basil because he's small, and then 2 other people.
Oh,
So
Well,
that's
you look at
that's
that.
how you split up here.
It's fine. It's fine.
Basil, are you third wheeling with them?
Absolutely. Yes.
So the
Trying to make big spoon or little spoon?
Oh my
Gross.
The three of you are with Astra. The
Okay.
two of you are with our dear friend Trevor, the pigeon duck, the pigeon duck.
Pigeon.
Duck.
But as you go to take off, flying, it's a little bit more haphazard taking off from the ground of this forest and flying up through the branches, but you're able to kind of tuck into the feathers of your two druidic friends enough that you don't get hurt. Back once more up to the top.
For just for imagery, like
Mhm.
how big is this owl compared to us? Like, is it like we're sitting side by side? Do we need to like straddle one another? Like yeah.
Like, is it like
Like a
riding
great
a
owl,
motorcycle,
right?
or
It's
is
like
it like
Yes.
riding
riding a horse.
car?
Yeah.
It's like riding a horse.
Okay,
But you're
okay.
straddling each other.
Yes, we're having to hang on tight.
What is this
We're
group?
both-
Don't.
Not usually like this.
Bestiality group here.
It's not usually like this.
It's fine. I don't care.
we're just I'm trying to picture the scene.
I don't believe it.
You're riding a horse essentially. It's the same thing. Like this owl is big enough.
Basil, Aurora,
Okay.
Just
You're in the
Basil
middle.
in the middle.
You're in the middle.
This tiny little mouse, just like
Oh, you're a mouse. Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm a 2 foot
2 foot.
mouse.
Okay.
Yes.
Unless he's hulking, then he's big Basil.
Then
Yes.
he's big mouse.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have the big dog.
Got it. You're a barbarian mouse?
I am a
He's just a mouse.
Okay.
a
Well, you said
fighter
hulking.
mouse, which
Fighter.
has like a drone giant.
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But long story
Very
short,
cool.
like it's like three of you
Andrew
riding
did
a
this.
horse all at once. It's awkward.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if it's gonna be like maybe
Good
like
artist, right?
I'm so small that I could like sit on the head of the.
If you want to ride in the claws of Astra, you can do that.
Okay. No. Because I want to like be
As a
privy
mouse,
to-
I feel like that would be
That would be a little
Yeah.
traumatic.
No, I'll be in the middle. Yeah,
Screaming
yeah,
the whole way.
Actually, no, wait, no, you're not on the duck. I was going to say I don't think that works with duck feet, so. Too webbed.
Oh my god. This is going to be a 2-hour journey flying in the morning. If there's anything you'd like to say, you can go for it.
I'm cool.
Elle, are you okay? You seem off this morning.
Despite it being real windy, she's gonna like take out her book and just like. pull it
He's
up
just
over her.
Because you're like facing them, would be like,
That's what I'm saying. It's
You know,
like
like-
smishing you in
Well,
the face.
yeah.
No, she just sort of pats Elle on the shoulder and says, "It's okay. If you want to talk, I'll be right here." And she turns around and gets out her crochet.
Okay.
And kind of out of nowhere. Miss Q, did you ever have kids?
You can't see Mrs. Q's face, but you see her like shoulders kind of slump a little bit.
Yeah, Elle isn't facing you. She's just asking those questions, so she's not looking at you.
Yeah. No, I did not. I wish I had.
I think you would have been a good mom.
No.
You see her like, says thank you. I would have liked that.
She's just gonna go back to putting her book in her bag.
What is this book?
I think it's the last one she stole.
Oh,
Like the thief's
The
diary of a thief.
Excellent. Okay.
Trevor, you can hear all of that.
Yeah.
Exchange. At the end of that 2 hours of flight, you only have to stop once for Trevor and Astra to kind of re-wild shape a second time. But at the end of the 2-hour flight, as you are starting to descend back into the forest, you feel almost like a grain kind of in the air, just sort of on your fur and your feathers every so often. And in the distance, you thought it was just like a trick of the light or a trick of the horizon, but you do actually start to see the best way you can describe it is, well, a giant column of smoke rising into the air. The sky is blotted out. It's not a bright blue that you're used to or that you were used to the day before flying. It is now more of a tinge of gray. Very subtle until you realize what it is you're looking at. But as you descend back into the forest, Astra and Trevor taking their forms once more and beginning the walk for the rest of the day. If you'd like to do anything, just stop me.
Mrs. Q, as she's disembarking from Trevor, she's like trying to fiddle around with her pack, and she asks Basil, she says, "Hey Basil, can you come help me with this?" Does Basil come over and help her?
Well, of course. Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. All of my stuff is like I'm trying to like repack my bag.
Just as a side note, I love that it's like just like short little 2-foot mouse in between these like regular sized people. So like literally the whole flight, I'm just staring at either one of you guys' back.
But
It's like-
their butt, probably.
And then as you're describing this scene, it's just like, I can't see anything. What are you looking
This
at?
person didn't get to sit in front.
Yeah.
Yep.
She asks Basil quietly, "Did they sit in silence the whole 2 hours?"
Yes. It was very awkward.
I'm so sorry.
I even did my whole thing. But they didn't talk. They didn't say anything.
First time I've heard of this.
Yeah, I know.
Person's everywhere.
Just
Part of the
kids
character.
these days don't know how to
Yeah.
have face-to-face
I would imagine the whole flight,
conversations.
for Basil's just like this funny little thing between like,
Just literally
That's
So-
the whole thing.
So this whole flight happened. He thought he didn't hear anything. He was just sandwiched together, and we were talking
Yeah.
the whole time.
That was good.
imagine, it would have been better if there was like a tender moment and Basil was like, I'm here, guys. Like, yeah.
Getting squished.
Anyways, so,
Okay. Gosh, that's awkward. Well, I guess we just need to let things go the way they're gonna go.
I don't know these things, Mrs. Q. I'm just a guy who swings a sword.
Oh, Basil. You're so much more than that.
What's happening?
Just accept it. It's a cookie.
Chaos.
This is so
I like
extra.
this is the last one before the holidays energy.
Yeah.
Trevor gave some stories on the way, or one would say tales, or I guess as he was
DuckTales.
a DuckTales. Yeah.
Nice. What are the DuckTales?
Oh no, that was the joke.
Huey,
There we
Louie,
go.
and Deuce.
I was expecting death from the
It's like one time I
you
landed in a
just-
pond.
No, except
Yeah.
because
He's talking more about Hazel or Havel.
Because
I
he would be
realized
in-
her name actually.
because he would be in beast mode, it would just be like quack,
Quack,
Oh,
quack,
yeah.
quack, 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 quack.
quack. It's like, wow, Trevor's really talking.
Let's have a great time today. Right.
Great big
Yeah.
clouds.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Fire, yes. You do continue the day of walking, and the farther and farther you get with every step, you notice your breathing starting to become a little bit more labored. The taste on your tongue and in your throat begins to get more soot filled, more smoke filled. You're not even close at this point. If anything, you're barely close to the edge. And it kind of just sort of hits you with the immensity of what you're about to set foot on and what you're about to deal with. But the sun begins to set once more in the middle of the forest, starting to try and find a place. You can see Astra actually for the first time getting a little bit concerned as the more you walk. There doesn't appear to be a good place to actually put down for the night. Everything is starting to become a little more filled with ash or burnt underbrush, starting to become a little harsher where the plants are covered in thorns, covered in spikes, and the trees are starting to not give as much cover as they did before. You see Astra kind of move some of the plant growth out of the way, seeming to just sort of melt it away as she waves her hand, and just kind of spinning on her heels to look at you as the sun is almost fully set, just kind of gives a bit of a shrug. The forest gets a bit unfriendly at this point. We might have no choice but to stay here. If you can do your hut again,
Pull up my beads.
at the very least we won't be completely exposed, but traveling on foot in this realm is always a little hard, and it's only going to get more difficult the closer we get to the grove. But tomorrow we will make it to our tender stronghold, so one more night. As once more she will try to help as much as possible. As you are all starting to bed down again, stop me if you'd like to do anything. All I need to know is who's going to be taking the first watch.
Sure.
Yeah.
The two of you?
All right, we got another hour. Let's go.
I need perception checks.
I feel like no one would be sleeping. Everyone would be just like inside the hut watching, you know?
I will leave it up to you if you choose to keep one eye open.
I've only rolled a 9s tonight.
9.
Nice.
I think I got
Yeah, me too.
10 total.
Is this weighted die?
Yeah.
Must be.
10 total.
Get your money back.
Okay. I'll leave it up to everybody else if they want to keep an ear open tonight. But
So Apoc, there's been a lot of buzz around campus. Me just saying thank you.
I know. They keep like Mrs. Q pulled me aside. Elle pulled me aside.
What's wrong with people not,
I don't know.
We're cool though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just because I saved you, right?
Yeah, you know.
It wasn't.
I really just wanted to say thank you very much for, looking out for me, and I haven't had a close friend like that in a long time, so.
Zones of friendship.
I mean, I did just lose a friend, so it's good to get a friend.
Friends.
Well, I'll look out for you as best I can.
Yeah.
You hear Mrs. Hughes like audible like from inside the tent.
A podcast silence on the tent.
It's good.
and you do that.
Yes. It's one of my spells.
It's like a level 6. Doesn't matter, I do it.
No, it's legit.
Can't hear Trevor's screams anymore.
Yeah, it's in 100 foot. It's a 20-foot radius, so yeah.
Alright.
Cast on the tent.
Okay. Are you two out of the tent, I take it then? Out of the hut?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, just watching around.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We're out of the tent.
Yeah, that seems
I
right.
don't know what to interject here. It just keeps going.
Skeletons are cool, right?
You mean the bones of my dead brother that I carry around with me?
You have negative game.
Yeah, if you mean those, yeah, they're cool, I guess.
I thought you liked that stuff.
Yeah.
You know that book and everything?
Yeah, I think it's very fascinating. Like, the connection we have to that world beyond life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What's that world?
I think that's the world waiting for us once we've used up our energies here. Just the next step.
Okay, so you believe in the afterlife then?
I don't believe in it. It's an actual thing.
I guess you've been there.
It's true.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Yeah, what was it like?
It's weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't describe it with words. Like, everything we have, like, you can touch and feel, and like I grab your like arm,
Yeah.
and like you know, like everything's tangible, and in there it's like there is no physicality. It's just like energy.
You can't touch energy?
No, do you touch energy?
I don't know. I've never been energy.
Try it out sometime.
It just like puts an arm on you.
See, that's the matter part.
Yeah. What's the matter with you?
Oh, what's the matter? Never mind. What is mine? Never mind.
Energy. Like, I don't know.
Well-
How do you touch energy?
I mean, I can't explain it all tonight, but I can start teaching you if you're interested.
Is it like putting your hand in fire?
Kinda. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's no pain.
Apoc sticks his hand. Is there a fire going right now?
Mrs. Q would have had a fire going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't put your hand in the fire.
Yeah, but it only kind of hurts.
I like this conversation.
Okay, cool.
And we're here to save the road. You know?
Cool.
setting himself on fire.
Metaphorically and actually.
As you are having this quiet conversation, Apoc goes to put his hand on the fire. You actually see, and I guess hear more than see initially, a crackling of fire that is not yours. Kind of over one of the older, more charred roots just to your left. You see kind of a dim glow rising, like 15 feet away from you, just out of eyesight.
Do we need to go check that out?
Sure.
Cool. We head off to it.
As you kind of, it's only like 10, 15 feet away, this route, and just sort of peek over, you see what looks like this concentrated inferno. Kind of reminiscent of, at least for you, the ember bat swarm that you had seen before.
Oh, shit.
But it is sort of swirling very gently until it takes the shape of a corvum. Very tall, very lean,
Whoa.
very kind of sallow. And you see it's almost like flickering in and out of existence as the flames kind of like move and take shape and move and take shape.
Guys, we have trouble.
You cast silence.
Yeah, last 10 minutes.
Oh, it lasts 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it lasted an hour.
No, that's only 10 minutes.
So we hear
I
you.
don't know if it's within 10 minutes, but yeah,
Is
if
silence-
it's within that
Is
10
it both
minutes,
ways?
How
Or is
far?
it
No
just-
sound can travel in or out.
How
Oh,
far?
or
Okay. How far have we walked?
You're
You
only
said 10
about,
feet, right?
like if your hut is at one end of this tiny
Gotcha.
little clearing, you can still see where your hut is. You're just
Yeah.
peeking up over a root
Yeah.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, as I'm looking at it, is it like fading in and out of like this plane kind of thing?
You can give me an Arcana check for this.
Let's see what we got. 9.
Nice.
3 plus 6.
Oh.
As you're watching it, it's kind of hard. You have never seen anything like this before. It's really hard to make that determination. It looks, it's definitely something magical because it's not natural. Whether it's shifting in and out of planes, you're not sure. But the more you watch it, the more you kind of see this creature, this form start to move, kind of in parallel to you, not noticing you yet. Very slowly, step by step, shoulders hunched, just kind of walking to a point somewhere in the distance. You can see as it passes, some of the branches, the low-hanging branches, catch fire as it makes contact with the creature. Knowing how dry this area seems to be, the fire kind of quickly moves up the branch towards the trunk of the tree before it dissolves off. What do you do?
What do we do, Apoc?
I don't know. Do you have water?
A little bit, not much. Yeah.
Are you what?
Shut the fuck up, Trevor.
Dude, why are you here?
Trevor just silence. Are you wet?
No, I don't. I have like, no, not really. My water skin.
And we just let it go by.
Can we get to it? Like
You
close?
can certainly try. Are you trying to sneak closer?
If you want, I could shoot it.
Yeah, this thing's just gonna go off and hurt somebody. So we should probably do something.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So it's just wandering in like the field type thing.
It looks like it. As they continue to watch and Apoc gets his bow ready, you see the figure kind of stop at one point and almost go to kneel down to the ground, kind of reaching for something on the ground.
Check out my boar log.
You loose an arrow?
I'm gonna start running towards it.
You're gonna start running towards it? Give me an attack roll.
How big
And,
is
and,
this
and you
creature?
guys did not call us,
How
right?
big
Nope.
is this creature?
Okay, so we're still.
It
No,
is.
we're sleeping.
It would be about your size. It's just
Okay.
a medium humanoid
Humanoid.
size. Yeah.
18 to hit.
Yes, that hits. Don't know where
With-
to put this.
Jeremy, and I'm going to.
That's not safe. I put it right here.
I'm gonna pop one of the bracers as well.
Ooh, new toy.
New toy. Got D8s. I was not prepared for this. D8. Am I missing a D8?
There's a D8.
Yeah, no, I'll just roll mine 3 times. My one re-rolled into a 1.
Love that.
Yeah. And Jeremy damage. 22 points.
Jeremy damage. 22 points.
Yeah, of piercing damage.
Okay. As you loose this and it passes right through, your arrow kind of burning up as it passes through this creature made of fire. You see as it looks to have just been reaching for something kind of sadly on the ground, it sort of freezes before the inferno that burns in its chest begins to grow brighter and brighter and brighter as the creature kind of swells bigger and bigger and bigger until you see like the face of the corvum that it was mirroring kind of appear in its shoulder. You see another face kind of appearing on its stomach, another face appearing like on the back of its thigh as it rises and turns to face you who's running at it.
Yeah.
And you are face to face.
Wonder why you die
with
in this
this-
campaign.
with this.
I need a new embroidery.
Yeah. Two. You see the face, just burning white hot eyes, nostrils that flare white hot, and you feel as you even take one more step closer, this heat wave that just bursts out from this creature, now like 15 feet tall and growing. We would need to roll initiative. However, it is almost 10 o'clock. So we will have to pick up after the holidays with the two of you face to face with a massive fire elemental. And the rest of you asleep.
Asleep. But silence is over, right? The casted silence.
I'll leave that up to
Sure.
the DM.
No, that's what I'm
Whether
asking.
within
It's
the
more of
10
a
minutes.
question.
Yeah.
Were y'all dying?
You never know.
Just wake up and be like,
I've got a plan.
sharp bodies. Weird.
What happened out here?
You have so many.
She told me to touch energy.
She told me to touch energy.
Say not that one. That one.
I gotta find where all my D8s are.
Yeah.
That is
There, I
not
got
how
the first set I
I
ever
thought that was
got
gonna go
all
there.
with the first
They're
set.
books. Yeah, that's cool.
You guys cool?
I
You
think
guys
all
good?
of these dice
Yeah.
here.
I
are
really
the
want to
same.
do something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right
They
now?
make
Yeah.
they make and sell just singles.
Can
so
I-
we're
Can
gonna
I
try
hold
buy
on a
one?
hot second?
one.
Can I try one thing before we
Yes.
before we end this?
Yes.
You see me reach into my clutch, pull out a small little vial, and I throw it, smashing it down. That had the brown mold inside it.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Is that the stuff that really likes heat?
That,
Yeah.
That,
Yes.
that eats fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's where. That's where.
That's where we'll end because I will have to figure that out.
Yeah.